Hello, welcome to the Frost Seymour Experience. I'm Nick Frost.
Hello, Nick, and I'm Paul Seymour. How are we doing?
I'm pretty good, mate. How are you doing?
Very well, thanks, mate. Not too bad. Not too bad
Still
at all.
enjoying lockdown?
Well, it is what it is. My hair's not getting any better. Look, looks as bloody state as always. But at least see you're maintaining yours at least.
Well, giving it a go. But,
We've got it at our age, haven't we?
well, yeah. Before it all falls out.
I know, right? Rightio. So here we are.
Here we go, episode 12.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. So without
So,
further ado, yeah.
the big match, Sunday. Liverpool Man U. Built
know.
up to be this great event. And I'm afraid I've got to award it my damp squib of the week.
Yep. Fair enough. It was.
I did
Honestly,
hear-
mate, it was terrible.
Yeah, I heard this match is cured insomnia for a lot of people. They've just got the highlights on repeat.
Honestly, you're not wrong. Yeah, like you just mentioned there, great stat. The third zero, well, it's not great, but the third 0-0 in 5 games. You know, why is it the big game still? I don't know. It hasn't been really big. I mean, in terms of old rivalry, yes, and obviously in terms of leagues, whatever. But yeah, it's 0-0. They cancel each other out. I mean, I'm glad that Man United actually come at us because some teams decide to sit back, and it worked. Don't get me wrong, it worked for West Brom, worked for Southampton, who won obviously, Newcastle. So I'm glad Man United come at us, but then we've just got no firepower up front. We're just damp squids at the moment, you know. So what can you say? What can you do?
What can you do? Why is it still hyped up as this big game?
Do you know? I think obviously it's local rivalry to a certain extent. It's quite local. Obviously it's got a lot of history. We're talking ancient history here, but it's not. It's had so many 0-0. I've seen 0-0s even prior to this. And it was just like so dull. And it's not even exciting 0-0. It's like you might get the odd shot, like 60th minute in. And I think if we were a bit more on form and we had a bit more extra confidence, then it might have been a bit better. Obviously, from my standpoint, of course. But United, again, they didn't play wonderfully. Yeah, they had a good couple of shots, so it was denied. But I don't know. I can't put a finger on it. I think they just both. I think they're both nervous of each other. Liverpool are nervous of Man United's new form, and Man United are nervous. Liverpool have got this newfound strength over the years. I just think they are, unfortunately.
Yeah. Right, it's always going to be hyped up, isn't it? No matter how bad the games go.
That's right. Yeah,
On account of the history.
it is. Unfortunately. Yeah.
Okay, so let's
And dive
move
in.
on.
Here we go.
Let's have a look at the results for this week.
Yeah. So yeah, did you want to fire away, or do you want me to shump him?
You can give them a go.
Okie dokie then, mate. Right, so obviously on the 16th of January we had about 5 games. We got Wolves 2, West Brom 3. Massive result in the Black Country Derby. I got a few pals. Shout out to Baz. I know you never stopped posting the other day. He's a West Brom fan, and obviously he was made up that they won at Wolves. I was surprised. I thought Wolves, even though they've not been in the greatest form, they did them. So fair play to West Brom. West Ham won, Burnley 0. Yeah, a bit of a battle of the claret and blues, really, if anything else, isn't it, really? Leeds 0, Brighton 1. Another shocker. You know, Leeds are just, they're up or down, aren't they, them? They're very inconsistent with Leeds. Fulham 0, Chelsea 1. Obviously got a sending off, Fulham. So you had to play against 10 men. They had to get a result there, Chelsea, because, you know, they've been under heavy criticism last couple of months, haven't they, really? Their form's a bit dipped. And there we go, Leicester 2, Southampton 0. Yeah, Leicester back on it again. Went off it for a bit, back on it. Southampton obviously had the result the other week. Gone into this game not really looking at their best again. So it always happens though. Every team it seems to play against Liverpool, the week after they're diabolical. I can't put my finger on it.
Southampton have been playing really well for a
Yeah.
few weeks.
They have. Yeah, they peaked.
Which means that's a really good win for Leicester,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah,
'Cause let's not forget, Southampton are pretty high up the league
yeah.
in comparison to what people were expecting of them.
Oh god, yeah, definitely. I think they've done really well this year, and it's better than last season as well, wasn't it? Was it? Well, they won 1-0, didn't they, Southampton? But I'm sure Leicester won 9-0 at Southampton, so
Yeah.
it's worked out a bit better from this time.
Yeah. And then we have Tottenham beating Sheffield 3-1.
Yep.
Good result for Tottenham, given they had a bit of a shaky patch recently,
Yeah,
but still continues to look really bleak for Sheffield.
yeah.
Really bleak.
I mean, they got that win the other week, didn't they, against Newcastle, which came out of nowhere. I looked at my phone. I was like, "Am I seeing things?" I thought, "Is it they got the score their own way around?" But yeah, fair play. They got the win, but back down to earth, I think now. So
And obviously, we've already touched on the damp squid. This one's interesting to me because traditionally, Man City have struggled with Palace.
yes, yeah,
But they just brushed them aside with ease. And I have to say, Man City are gathering momentum, which if I was a Man U Liverpool fan, I'd be worried about.
I am. I'm very worried. Yeah, Man City have just got it, haven't they, when they need to. Crystal Palace, like you say, have turned up at City before and done well. But for some reason, just this time, I mean, Crystal Palace have been a bit damp anyway the last couple of games. They've been off the ball. But Man City, they are gathering speed. I mean, they're 2 points off the top, which we'll touch on in a moment, with a game in hand. So if they win that, they're back at the summit again. So
Yeah. And rounding out the results, we've got Arsenal, who dispatched of Newcastle with ease.
yes, very much so. Yeah.
I guess it was probably a predictable result given the two teams.
Yeah, well, it's good to see Arsenal back on fire now. Like I say, of all the rivalries over the years, I never had any beef with Arsenal. I always thought, well done to Arsenal. Liked Arsenal on the side. So I'm glad for them as a team. Aubameyang's back on form again. Well, we hope he keeps it up anyway for his sake. But obviously, at the end of seeing Mesut Ozil, I keep getting his name wrong, go to Fenerbahce in the week, this is a great result to perk them up now,
So
Yeah.
let's have a quick look at what that does to the table.
Yes, let's have a look. Oh,
And we should clarify this table is before tonight's games take
yes.
place.
Yeah.
Obviously, West Ham are, I believe, beating West Brom 2-1.
Ah. Yeah. So they're 2-1 at the moment. So, and obviously you've got the game later on, Leicester and Chelsea. But yeah, Man City, like I say, just 2 points behind Man United now. Okay, wins on the thing is better than games in hand, but look at that winning streak. Look at that, 5 wins out of 5. So they're doing what they need to be done.
Yeah. They're on fire. Stephen Maguire.
Indeed.
And Leicester, they're in third.
Yes, again. Drifted away for a bit, had a snooze, come back, whacked down a Red Bull, back in it. Not sponsored, by the way, Red Bull.
Could we see a Vardy Party Premiership reunion title?
Well, I tell you what, they're only 2 points off the top themselves. Okay, equal amount of games, but anything could happen. Anything could happen.
So unbeaten in 5.
Yes. Their form's fantastic as well. Yeah, just amazing. They've got the same amount of points in the last 5 as Man United have. So, if they win tonight, back to the top.
Indeed. Right, let's have a look at the bottom half.
Indeed, yes.
And there we see Sheffield. They've got that one win we've just mentioned at Newcastle. But that's, it's an anomaly, really, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, obviously. Yeah, carry on, sorry.
I think they're in grave danger of going down as the worst Premiership team in history at this point.
Well, yeah. I mean, Derby's the current one, isn't it? With 15 points, they swamped down to. So they're only 10 points away from that. They've got half a season to beat that tally. But yeah, I mean, the way things are going, you're probably right. It looks odd, especially after last season. It's unbelievable.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But West Brom, Fulham obviously are back. See, Fulham the other day with a man sent off, I think they could have gone on and even got a point out of that game. With 10 men, it's difficult, as most people know. But I mean, Burnley are still hanging on. They're 4 points above the drop zone, so they're safe for now. But yeah, those bottom 5, could even say, because Brighton have still got 2 games behind. God.
Well, even Newcastle. I mean, look at their form.
Yeah. It's mad. And that draws against Liverpool as well. Bloody hell.
Oh dear. But West Brom, do you think they can stay up?
I think West Brom have got. I think they've got a good chance. I think if they keep going, they played really well against Wolves. They really did, and I think. I mean, yes, they're up for it because of a local derby, but West Ham tonight, they're currently losing. I think Big Sam's got a reputation to keep, and I think he'll keep them up. I think Sheffield United down. Forget it. Burnley, Fulham is a toss-up. And if Brighton keep going the way they're going, they could go down as well. Newcastle aren't out of the woods either. So I think West Brom have got a lot. If they can go on a bit of a streak, at least a couple of wins maybe, hopefully in a row I think they could. I think they can stay up.
Okay. Let's have a look at the top goal scorers. And there he is. No Salad. Man. Still top of the pile.
That's mad. He hasn't scored in, 3 games? It's not like the others have been firing all cylinders either, but I'm surprised he's still top. I really am. Yeah. But he is, and that's the way it is. So, fair enough, yeah.
Kane and Sonny still second and third up there.
Yeah.
Kane's overtook Son in the goal scorer charts for the first time this season.
Yes, that's right. We know what Kane's like in the past. It's not like him to let anyone else outshine him. Even when he didn't score the goal, he claims it, doesn't he? So he's not going to let his Son outshine him eventually. So yeah, yeah, he's a good striker.
Still for Kane, 12 goals, 11 assists.
That is the best. Yeah, that is the best stat. I mean, he's only 1 goal behind Mo, but at the same time, 11 assists is insane. So fair play to Kane. He deserves where he is at the moment. Yeah.
And then we've got Penandes in fourth.
Yes, Penandes, who didn't get a penalty this week. I thought that was odds-on favourite to above anything. But obviously that didn't work out, so a lot of fivers were lost this weekend. And he was fuming when did you see the game when he was subbed off? He wasn't very happy. So that can roll on.
Well, he was assuming he was going to get a pen in the last minute, I suppose.
Yeah. Mind you, knowing them, they'll probably allow him to come back on to take it. So it's anything goes for them at the moment, doesn't it? But I'm just a bit bitter at the moment because we're not doing so well. So ignore me.
So given all that, who is going to win the league?
Wow, good question.
So
great question.
Top 5 here. Is it going to be the baby-faced assassin, Ollie? Is it going to be the Spanish Maverick, Pep? The man with great character, Brendan? Is it going to be Jurgen?
Yeah.
Or is it going to be the crafty fox?
The crafty
Jose?
fox, yes, the crafty silver fox. I noticed there's no Carlo Ancelotti in there.
Well, I just did the current top 5.
Yes, yeah. Well, yeah, of course, that makes sense. But I tell you what, if anything goes wrong with these 5, I don't think Man City are going to go wrong, but I think if anything goes wrong with these 5, it won't take them long to sneak in, Everton. I think they've got that bit of oomph for them at the moment. You never know with them. Honestly, I think the way things are going, I mean, we're halfway through the season, aren't we? 19 games in, give or take. Some are on 18, some are on 17. But Pep's done, he's been silent. He's been quiet. No focus on him. Everyone's focused on United, obviously Liverpool champions. Even Jose's been mentioned. Brendan's, could he do it again? All this, but no one's talking about Pep. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he's just slowly getting results. And it's worked out great for him. I mean, I think overall, for me, I think the reason Liverpool suffered, and I think most teams have suffered, is the fact we haven't got the crowd at Anfield. I think that crowd is a massive, massive roar. The European nights without that would have been nothing. Like I say, it works out all right for Pep because he's probably used to having not a lot of fans, or if any at all, for his club.
Yeah, I take your point. He's sort of flying under the radar, isn't it? All the focus and all the media, it's on the other clubs.
Yes, a lot of focus. Like I say, even on Tottenham. Yeah. So, how about yourself? What do you think?
Well, I mean, we've got the current bookie odds here for the title and the top 5 next to them.
Yeah.
So the bookies see Man City as the favourites, which I think most people at this point would probably agree with.
Yeah.
I mean, they are. If they win their game in hand, they are clearly top.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So, and this is interesting to me. They've got Liverpool second favourites, which is fine because they are the reigning champions. But they've played the same games as Man U, and they're 3 points behind them. So,
I think personally, I think what they're going is by the form of maybe a couple of seasons instead of the current form. Because even Man City last season, the season before that, you'd always have them up there, either favourites or second favourites at least, but definitely favourites up there. Whereas Man United have just kind of come out of nowhere. They've been a bit bleak. We were joking about them, weren't we, about a month or two ago, seeing the relegation fight, and look at eggs on our face at the moment because they're currently flying. Flying kind of. But yeah, it's an interesting point. They don't go by what the league says, do they? They go by what could happen, but I think it's Liverpool to win the league. I think them to reign is going to be so tough. You know, it took 30 years to get to the top. I mean, to stay there, you ask any manager, you know, Sir Alex or anything like that, you ask them, they're going to say, mate, it's a lot worse, you know, to deal with. So,
yeah. But look at Leicester. They are 2 points legitimately off the top of the league.
Yeah.
They're playing tonight. If they win tonight, they'll go top, won't they?
They will.
A point of Man U.
That's right.
But according to this, of the 5, they're the rank outsiders.
Yeah. Might be worth
they forget what happened a few years ago?
Well, yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you look at the league the way he's saying, I mean, this league has been a bit up and down, hasn't it? Each team's not been great. And when Leicester won the league, every team wasn't great. You know, Man City were a bit off, Liverpool a bit off, every team. I mean, all these teams were off, and Leicester were the only ones flying. And because of that, obviously they bypassed everybody and won the league. And so I think if this season's going to keep going the way it is, and Man City can slip up a little bit, there's nothing saying Leicester can't come up and pip it. It is mad.
It is. So, given what we've discussed, who is your current pick to win the league?
It was Chelsea, wasn't it, at the start of the season?
That season was in Chelsea.
Yes, but